And so we get to this point. So today, Bob, this is, as I said, it's great to see you. I mean, you've always been one of my favorite
You too.
people, and I loved our time. And people always said, what's he like? What's Bob like? I go, well, I can tell you that no one made me feel more comfortable, and we had laughs every single day that we were in there.
Oh yeah.
I remember the last morning that we had together, because we did that Few Good Men questioning thing, and I don't know if people even knew where it was going, but I still remember when you're questioning me, and I'm the Jack Nicholson character. You said, did you or did you not order the firing of Bob McCown? And I, like Jack, said, you're goddamn right I did. And your response, yeah, that's all I wanted to know. And spots. That's how it ended. That's how we always were, and God bless you for it. I mean, from a coaching perspective, what you like to do, what your tendency is, what you like to see. It's not about male or female. It's about, okay, if this is for instance, a Weiss coached team, how would you know? What would the characteristic of a team and the things that you like to do on the ice, what would someone say beyond everything else we just talked about, just as you as a coach, how do they know it's your team? What do you like to do?
That's a great question. It's actually probably the best question I've been asked recently. I think for me, number one is just competitiveness. We want to play fast, but that compete, whether that's on the forecheck in the corners or the net front. I think you want a team that's relentless throughout the entire game, and no matter what the scoreboard is showing. And then the other thing, I guess, would be, like, very simply and very quickly, would just be togetherness. You want to see a lot of puck support and being able to make plays with their head up and find options, and to attack and defend as a unit. So when we're on the rush, we have our D's coming up into the play and contributing offensively, and defensively we have forwards that are being selfless and back checking and blocking shots, and so we're all contributing in both ends of the ice.
Yeah, I lived at Johnny's, like my friends and I. So I have a really good friend. His name's Hugh O'Connell. He's struggling right now at the hospital with COVID, and I think Huey O'Connell ate at Johnny's every day for like 7 years. Like, Mike Myers was there. Mike Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Beside that, I don't think Mike Myers remembers seeing me, that's for sure. But Johnny's was like the staple. And it wasn't just, I went to Senator O'Connor. It wasn't just O'Connor. It was all of the schools. And it wasn't even just Scarborough or Don Mills. Like, it was people coming from East York and people coming from West Hill. And it was a staple. I can't wait to go back. The one funny thing about Johnny's is I never knew one person who ever had the fish sandwich. So if there's any listeners out there who actually ate the fish sandwich, except my friend Huey, he ordered it one time, and the guys working there, like, they look back like the world had just ended. And they had to reach in the freezer. I don't want to know what kind of fish that was.
You don't want the fish sandwich.
Nobody wants to know what kind of. The guy was like, no fish sandwich. You don't want.
Right out of the Don River, fresh that day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice stuff. You get a sandwich and a rubber boot.
Yeah, this is a tough one. This is the one where, even if I think they have a chance in the series, game one is always going to be tough.
That was like a lie detector thing. That was cool. Is your name Jared Book?
It is.
Hey, it is Jared Book. Okay, I'm looking at that. That's good. Have you ever wished something bad on someone who played for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
No, actually.
That is a lie. That is a lie. Yeah. You are not the father. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a different show.
Interesting part. You're right. It's all about the chemistry, and those dynamics mean so much. And that's where, I just go, and not bagging on Toronto. You're wearing the toque. I played for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Incredibly proud to be a Toronto Maple Leaf, but a couple of mistakes in the playoffs, right? Like the last couple of games came from younger players. And by the way, these young players have a great career in front of them. Sometimes you have to, stumble and fall before you become successful. Mario Lemieux, first overall draft pick, and didn't win a Stanley Cup for 6 or 7 seasons. So there is a runway up to, becoming a good team, learning how to win. But veteran experience. I was in the league for 16 years when we won the Stanley Cup. Sean O'Donnell was in the league for 15, 16 years. Todd Marchant, same time. Rob Niedermeyer, maybe 14. Teemu Selanne, 15. And none of us had a sniff, of winning a Stanley. Actually, that's not true, because the Anaheim Ducks went to the Stanley Cup final in 2003 and lost. But beyond those guys, and the Edmonton Oilers, Chris Pronger's team, They lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. The rest of us, we didn't get past the second round, Mike, and it's because of that immaturity and not having enough experience. Older players that can play and contribute, right? That's the big thing. It's a fine line, and some teams, you know, capture that, and other teams don't. But think about how hard it is to win. Tampa's been a great team for the last number of years, right? Mm-hmm. And you've had the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Chicago Blackhawks, two Stanley Cup champions in the last 10 years. In January 3rd, the St. Louis Blues were the worst team in the National Hockey League. And a few months later, they went on to win, right? The LA Kings snuck into the playoffs, their first Stanley Cup. They finished 8th in the West, and they went on a run, and they won 16-4. It was unbelievable.
And sadly, in a culture that can't stay away from the phone, you need to see the phone. You need to see yourself on the phone. There's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah, right beside your giant melon, because you had to take the selfie. Always your giant, stupid-ass face right in front of something like the Eiffel Tower. Here's something. Show me the Eiffel Tower. That's what I want to see, because your stupid, giant corncob head, I get to see all the time. All the time, for real. So this time, maybe just show me the Alamo and not your stupid, ugly face. Have a holly jolly Christmas.